What's up, guys? My name is Zach, and here I'm bringing you another review for, I think you can guess the movie, Lights Out. Now, how's this movie hold up? Well, this is the story of a family with their mom who has this imaginary friend named Diana who starts kind of haunting them, and the family starts getting worried about the mom, and they're trying to figure out who is Diana and what is going on. And I think a lot of people have heard of this movie. It's directed by David Sandberg, who also directed The Short a couple years ago, and also produced by James Wan, the master of horror, The Conjuring, Insidious, Saw, Dead Silence, and obviously he's going to be directing Aquaman, you know. Now, how does this movie hold up? From being a short to a movie, how does that hold up? This is a very short movie in terms of that, and I think that was a strength to what the movie should have been. For a lot of people were like, well, how scary can that whole concept of flicking the lights on, flicking them off, and flicking them on, and flicking them off, how does that hold up overall? It actually holds up pretty well, and each time they do that scare, it's very different. They do it in a different dynamic way. Yes, some are the same, some are not, but they do it in such a way that it creeps you out, and it's that atmospheric horror that when you go home, you're still thinking about it. You get, I felt my skin, I felt goosebumps throughout the movie. Even though I didn't feel like I was getting them, I did feel like I had them, and I looked down and I did have them, and that was a standard and a pro to this movie for what David did. And, you know, it's a well-directed movie. The story itself is... it's very generic in a sense. Instead of the little kid having an imaginary friend, it's the mom. And the exposition scenes that they do, I think, are the one thing that David doesn't know how to handle that well yet for being a first-time director for a feature film. But other than that, the things that he brought, the elements and the dynamics that the issues that the movie has within it, that the family has to solve and the family has to deal with, is very different for a studio film to have in the middle of a summer too. It's kind of something that an indie horror film would have, maybe like The Babadook or The Witch and whatnot. And that is what's I really liked about this movie. And how does Lights Out hold up overall, though? It is a very genuinely good, scary, fun film to go and see. This is the film that you need to see with an audience, because everyone's reaction, everyone's going off about it. And personally, I don't know if that kind of lowered how scary it was for me. I think if I watched this at home, I would be terrified. And if you're already afraid of the dark, you're going to be afraid of this movie overall. Did I sleep pretty good last night? I did. I didn't sleep horribly last night. I will say the actors in it they're alright. Some of them did better than the others. The one actor, no main, is Teresa Palmer. I have to say that I think she's going to start being a household name after this. I think this is the movie that's kind of shoot her out there. Even though she's not the best actress, her performance in this for how she acts is what she did well. The kid, I don't really know him, but I think his name is Gabriel or something. He did a fine job. I think he could have done a little bit better, but I think he's not a Jacob Tremblay or anything. It's not an Oscar performance, but he held up and it kept my interest for what was going on. The one standout, not the mom, not anyone else, the boyfriend in this movie. They didn't do the typical thing that the boyfriends usually do where they're like, I don't believe you or anything like that. And that is something of a pro to this film, that they made that boyfriend smart. And all the characters in this movie are smart. There's no dumb characters. There's maybe one or two, but overall all the main characters are actually genuinely smart characters and are genuinely trying to help their mom and genuinely trying to do different things in this film. And that is the biggest pro I can give to a horror film, because I absolutely hate when they don't do films right and they can't just make the characters smart and you have to kill off everyone that fast or kill them off by him tripping and whatnot. And yes, does this movie have genuine tropes that horror films follow? Yes, every horror film follows it. Even The Conjuring has some. But that is what Lights Out has going for it. And I think David doing Annabelle 2, Annabelle 1, I absolutely hate it. And now that I know he's doing Annabelle 2 spinoff, I'm actually excited to see where he goes with it. And I kind of do... Lights Out, the couple negatives I have is the exposition scenes I didn't think were done right. I think that's something David really needs to work on. Another thing is, personally, the script was a little lacklusting. I think it could have been a little more there. And also the ending. Now, I didn't hate the ending. I'm kind of indifferent on it. I think there could have been a little more to it per se, but overall it does leave satisfactory. It is very sudden and it very just ends there. And like I said, it is a short movie, so you know, if you want a short horror film to go see, go scare with your friends, go have fun with your friends, this is the movie to go and see. Lights Out is nowhere near a perfect film. It doesn't have the best story, it doesn't have the best acting, but it has some of the best genuine scares I've had in years. And some of the scares, each time you'd think turning the lights on and off would be so simplistic and so the same and melodramatic after a while. No, each time somehow the director found a way to make it more scary and more atmospheric each and every time. New ways the lights go out, new ways for this, new ways you can see them, what the black light does, how you can see the monster. And it's very creepy. And when you first see that monster for the first time, genuinely, it's pretty generic for a monster. But the silhouette that she's in, so good. Now, what can I say else about Lights Out? Is that this is a movie I do think you should go see in the theaters. If you want to get your ass scared out of your seat, go and see Lights Out. I really recommend Lights Out. So I'm going to give it an... Drumroll. An A-. Who's that? But yeah, I gave it an A-. Lights Out, fun horror film. I hope you guys go enjoy it. I actually do enjoy it more than The Conjuring 2 this year. But other than that, guys, catch up for my review of Star Trek soon. I should be getting that to you on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how busy I get. Other than that, guys, I'm going to be making some more reviews, doing some video game reviews as well. Look out for those soon. Have a great day.